Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Loop Hero. On the last episode we took our Necromancer out into Act 4. Everything for the last few episodes we've touched has turned to gold, but sadly in the last episode we had a surprising defeat. We got up to the Act 3 boss in the boss rush, and one of his dogs killed me. I feel like we had really bad RNG, and I'm not sure, I should check the effects, but we basically got targeted by every single enemy constantly. It never went onto our skeletons. And unfortunately, we just died from it. We just didn't quite have enough sustain to live through it. But today's a new day. We're going to take turns trying to beat Act 4. It's the warrior's turn now. And we're going to make some deck edits. We did find out some new synergies as well last time. We have now got, we've had them for a while. Goblin Archer, which spawns from... Where is it gone? Was it up here? Goblin Lookout. So Goblin Camp next to a swamp. Next to a swamp. Dude, why can I not find these things? Oh, it's up here, right. Swamp, Goblin Camp makes Goblin Lookout. Excellent. There could be other things, so I'm wondering if Swamp plus Reed does anything. But I'm not going to test it for now. I guess we kind of crooked our... Necromancer a little bit in bringing that because Swamp is a dreadful card. It is out of the deck again. Again, my guess is now so we're only missing monsters. I think we've got all the tiles and all the potential cards. So it's synergies between buildings. So the Bookery and the Vampire Mansion gives you the Vampire Mage. One of them is next to the Watcher, so I assume Watcher plus something gives something. And then the other one is very late. It's next to the Siren. And Siren is River. In fact, what was even Siren? It wasn't just it was Battlefield, wasn't it? To give a pirate thing. I don't know. We might try a synergy episode. But we're always limited by a deck. So what I actually want to try this episode is... Firstly, I think I'm going to take this out. Rock Mountain. Because it's not as good as just what we had before. I think I want to bring Chrono Crystals and put them near Temporal Beacons. That is my new play. Bloodgrove Grove I'm taking out. I think it's too dangerous for us. Because we have to tank the hit from the Flesh Golem. And honestly, I think later on into the game, that might just one-shot us. So let's take that out. Let's not worry about it. Again, I don't really want to bring Ruins either. I think Artillery Tower's kind of annoying. We've already got it with the Cemetery. I could bring out some spiders. We've not seen them for a while. Just chunk through spiders. Everything else I'm quite happy with. So Chrono Crystals I'm going to, try to place near a Vampire Mansion with a Temporal Beacon. Or actually, no, I should place it not next to a Vampire Mansion. Sorry, that was the other thing I thought. Because I always block Temporal Beacons with Vampire Mansion, so we're going to miss out on any monster synergy. Because as you won't spawn... I guess either the Watcher or the other enemy. Outpost definitely doesn't come in. I don't think any synergies involve Desert, and I think Desert is a bad card for the most part. It could actually be good in this act because it's one of the few cases where the boss will have less HP than us. Storm Temple. You have wronged me in the past, but I will stick up for you till the end. In theory, it should be really good on us. We're going to spawn lots of enemies. So probability dictates that Storm Temple is going to hit them more than us. The kind of downside is Storm Temple ruins this synergy. But I think this is okay enough. So Act 4, Warrior. Let's go. So unlike our last character, the Warrior can deal with multiple threats pretty well. And indeed, we're going to make advantage of that. So we're going to place this here just because I think it's one of the few areas that has not too many mobs. And we've already got some pretty nice areas for Storm Temples. So again, I would like to place thickets in an area where, one, we're not going to put Storm Temple, but two, an area of a lot of space. We've got a lot of space along the top, actually, kind of interestingly. But I think I'm going to weave it down from the top here. So let's place a thicket in this corner. Currently, I'm thinking of placing Lightning Temple on this horizontal, and then this horizontal, just for the boss battle. And we've picked up a helmet slot. We still have never unlocked these slots. which is insane to me. There must be something I've missed. Oh, Storm Temple. Yeah, sure, help me early on. We have no worry this time over Flesh Golem, so I'm going to spawn as many spiders as I can as early as possible. What we're looking for, damage to all, and then ways to live. So immediately I'm going to make this difficult. Maybe too difficult. But that vampirism will help us survive. So yeah, I'm looking for a bit of damage to all, not loads, but like enough for us to just like take the effect of ghouls, for example, or skeletons, where they have that interrupt effect. It's also nice for the Act 3 boss to help deal with him. A lot of thickets early on this run. Not complaining. Where are we going to build our suburbs? I guess up in this corner. That was a misplay because we can't really get a use out of it, but whatever. It's a little bit frustrating. We have to make pluses with suburbs, as like everyone else will be fully aware. I'm just trying to remind myself, apparently. Ooh, that's okay. I would have liked to fight that, I think, right now, but partially because I'm stupid. We also have some potions that we can use to help us. Oh, we have damage to all now, actually. It was a bit unlucky timing, I guess. Let's continue a river by placing a river. River is going to come down here and then probably wind down around here. Yeah, so we're going to probably have something there. This would have been a nice place for that forest. I could place it near storm temples just to get the magic damage, because it does turn into the same thing. This is crazy talk, but let's take some magic damage. No gargoyles, but I've never really figured out what magic damage is for, if it just ignores defense altogether. That's kind of how I've been treating it, but maybe it doesn't. We've picked up a Road Lantern. Honestly, Road Lantern probably shouldn't be in the deck anymore. I would have removed it. We can deal with the mobs, so perfect card to swap, but I will place a few around the Cozy Camp because it gives us a benefit. And I will keep burning up these forests for now. You know what would be an interesting synergy, which I don't know if it is or not? Having like a 3x3 of these. Or like multiple tiles of burnt forest, maybe that spawns something. I don't know, just like throwing stuff out there at the moment. Forest. I would keep burning them, but I'm running out of places where I can put them to burn them. Let's place it down here. No mountains in the deck anymore, so we don't have to place things in 3 different corners. The river will come down here. If we go far enough, it'll come across here, so I guess forest down here is fine. I want to double as many thickets though as possible. Unless I feel under pressure, which I don't. This fight should be easy for us, by the way, because we still have damage to all. So we will interrupt everyone's attack except for the thingy, the vampire. Another village would spawn a bandit camp, which I can deal with. So I'm going to place it here. Bandits are annoying. Oh, I should honestly, you know what? That's the Oblivion card. Why hold it? There's no benefit to holding it. It's probably the worst enemy we fight. We haven't got Goblin Camp anymore, which is also annoying. We don't want a handful of Oblivions right now. In the future we do, but not now. HP or stun. Give me stun. But yeah, these are just not hurting us anymore. We're attacking faster than you. We have attack speed. You're literally a free fight for us now. Rivers. Rivers keep flowing. I can't quite remember where I was marking out that I was going to turn the river, but it's somewhere around there. Goodbye bandits, don't want to deal with you. Let's keep placing suburbs. And a spider cocoon which can come down here. What spider's 4th effect, by the way? Venomous. 10% chance of attack will poison the target. Poison will do 4 damage per second for the next 4 seconds. Okay, I noticed there was an achievement in the game to die outside of battle. And I guess this is the way you do it, because I guess I'll poison ticks as soon as we get out of the battle. Not sure of any other way of doing it though. As I said, I'm not really like into achievement hunting too much. I'll get achievements if like they're pretty easy to get, but that feels like an annoying one for right now. Ah, Smith's Forge. I placed this here to intentionally block that. But they can still go down for now. Ah, we have a road lantern. That will go round here. We have a beacon. I mean, help us with the boss? Sure. Yeah, help us with the boss. We are running out of a bit of space down here to wind the river down. I have to admit that. It's the only thing that's slightly awkward about this map and how I've done this. I was considering putting it down here, just winding all the way down, but you do gain probably getting a little bit less bang for your buck. Right, temporal beacon. We want to place this near chrono crystals, so I'm going to put it up here, which seems kind of wild because I have no vampire mansion up here right now. If we get the effect once, I can put a vampire mansion here and just stop doing whatever it was doing. And more XP now. Also, it's giving us a noticeable change. I love the name of some of these resources, like noticeable change, pitiful remains, living fabric. Don't know why, I just really like the... It's better than just being like, oh, fabric and, oh, metal. This can wind like this. Ring, attack speed versus vampirism. Honestly, vampirism is fine for us right now. And more forests for us to scorch the earth with. Or scorch the earth from, really. No, I want damage to all. I can't really trade it off right now because of this fight coming up. Oh, a spider is spawning on ghoul things, how dare it. More beacons here. It's a damage up for the boss fights. And we need all the help we can get, apparently. Retaliation damage up. I mean, retaliation damage is also quite nice for the interrupt. I think we just got struck by lightning, but... Storm Temple, you are still okay in my book. Right, another Oblivion. That's nice. I didn't really notice we were going to spawn the boss. Should have paid attention to that. Oblivions can begin to remove tiles around the boss, please. I still think we're fine. We're about to ding. We might get lucky and get the handful of Oblivions. But I would like to see... what would I like to see? I don't know what I'd like to see. Just the handful of Oblivions, I guess. Other than that, more thickets, I guess. When I was saying before I didn't feel under pressure, I do feel under a bit of pressure right now. Okay, we could get 3 new traits. And we didn't pick up a handful of Oblivions when we needed it. This is spicy. What's our evade now? 7%. I'm going to take Skilled Architect and just... We've got it early enough that if we can survive the first boss, we'll start leveling like crazy. It's a scaling benefit to us, really, is what I'm saying. But we're basically going to be fighting with pure basic loot. Forest now can come up here because I am feeling the pressure right now. We have 9 potions to help us with this boss as well. Ooh, a thicket, just what I wanted. Get doubled. I'm happy we've passed that. We've also currently got 30 defense stacks, which is fine by me. Damage to wall and a ring, trades vampirism, sure, and more HP, which is good. Okay. Beginning to feel a little bit happy with how my life is going. A Watcher, sure, we'll do with Watcher. Still haven't seen Chrono Crystals yet, that was a signature we're trying to test. But we have picked up another Cemetery. Cemeteries can just go on this long part. Picked up some Garlic. And we're going to fight this guy. So this guy is pretty dangerous for the warrior. If he gets hit by a quest, he could just kill us. And even right now, he's going to chunk us. He might even make us use a potion. No, he didn't. But, Loot Fountain. Vampirism would be nice. We've still got damage to all on our shield. that being said, I'm going to trade it for that shield. So I think we now need to keep the ring. Yeah, we need to keep the ring. I'm also trading a lot of our regen away. Honestly, that's better. I think I would also trade into this ring after the boss battle. So we're not getting a handful of oblivions, which is quite sad. And we're not going to level again. So we're going to fight like 40% improved boss, I think. Maybe even higher. How many improvements do you have? How is it possible? Shut up, we've got a score to settle. Yep, 40%. We have some defense though. Bit of vampirism, but it's not a lot. Well, of course, deflect. I don't think I've ever seen deflect. We're currently chunking him down pretty nicely. Potions will help. I think we'll live through this. I'm going to drink a lot of potions though for it. But that's what they're there for. And we're not going to burn or revive either, which is quite nice. Yep, excellent. And we'll get his loot. Nonsense. This is impossible for so many reasons. I don't understand. Next time I'll try something new on this punching bag. No, we're going to continue with our same strategy next time. This has damage to all and vampirism. I don't even need to look at the rest. And our ring, I can now trade damage to all off this ring, which I think is better. Excellent. Okay, didn't have to be as worried as I thought then. This is in a bit of the way of my river plans though, so... I think if I see a handful of oblivions, I'll still take it just to remove those tiles away from being around the boss. They're kind of annoying. But for now, they can stay there. Oh, speak of the devil. Give me a handful of oblivions. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. Don't talk to me. Goodbye, 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 and goodbye. And I still got some oblivions left over. Goodbye. Yep, that's fine. We hold these oblivions. We definitely could have had an extra oblivion there. I don't think there was a better play. In my books, that was optimal. Wouldn't mind seeing another beacon though for some reason. Man. Second video of the day, you'd think you'd be paying more attention, but nope, oblivious to it. Okay, so we're about to have another living armor, which is fine. We've got a count to land here, by the way, which is a nice big chunk of HP for us. Our first buckery, we got a temporal beacon. Still no chrono crystals, by the way. So temporal beacon, I think I will place one here now, just to speed up the time going around this loop. I don't want to trade my cards at the moment. The oblivions are more useful to me than that, so I'm not going to. But I would happily fight a few more spiders. So let's keep fighting spiders. And I'll hold these cards. Don't mind clearing this guy off as soon as he spawns. Just, like, as long as we don't get a quest on him, like, it's generally fine. This is better. It's more damage. Oh, a lot of retaliation damage and defense. Yep. And that's just an upgrade. Excellent. Easy maths. What's our attack speed? Plus 45%. I'm a bit worried with this layout that we're not going to get too much stronger than that. And honestly, the beacon that I accidentally oblivions maybe wasn't the end of the world because it leaves more space to put the river through. Okay, we have some chrono crystals now. 2 have come at once. I'm going to place this here and just see what happens. Or the chrono crystal. What would I like to see? Honestly, do I want to see more spiders? Kind of. It's just a bit awkward placing right now. Sure, let me see more spiders there. Here's a roadside tile as well, and there are a lot of roadside tile effects. Spawn another one of them. I'm hoping when we go through the village that we miss that. Would I ruin this one? Yeah, I think I would do. I think I'd always ransack villages actually with this character, just because we can deal with them so well. Quest down, another village. Goodbye. I don't want to deal with you anymore. Come on, game. Give me some interesting cards. We've got enough suburbs now. What am I asking for? One more village would be nice, because I can just Oblivion it immediately. Got struck by lightning there, but it's just the cost of doing business. Battleful and potions as well. And honestly, the loot right now isn't too difficult for us. I wouldn't mind another Smith's Forge as well. Oh, I say that. Honestly, villages and vampire mansions actually. I would say no to a vampire mansion right now. Do I feel under enough pressure? Nope. We are halfway to spawning the second boss, but we can deal with them not too bad. Honestly, the lightning, I think, helps us in that battle, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if the lightning targets the mirrors. I think we've made this mistake before, now that I think about it, and it doesn't. Same with damage to all. I will trade that up, strangely. Let's keep letting thickets down. And yeah, we've had quite a nice start to the game. What we're looking for, if we get struck by lightning in that boss battle, come on mirror, you can help us. So that's damage up, which I always like. Chance of stunning target, 10%. Might be pretty good for the boss. It's an interrupt. You know what, I'm going to try it, because we're going to get really high attack speed anyway. We might as well, again, leverage it in some way. Let's double it. Ooh, level 4 helmet. Has some vampirism on it. It does take defense off, though. What's a vampirism right now? 19. Yeah, I don't need it. I'm not desperate for that. Chrono crystals. Some more of them. And I'm going to put it there, because I think that's actually a better use for them. I think we've just summoned another living armor, but we'll deal with it. As I said, if the quest hits him, then we have panic station moments. Until that happens, we don't have panic station moments. I don't want counter. I might even Oblivion him, honestly, if he gets the quest on him. That's how much I don't want to deal with it. We've gone up to 2 villages now. Ooh, was this Watcher in the realms of Chrono Crystal, by the way? That was Watcher in the realm of Chrono Crystal. It does nothing. Okay, we've learned. We should get a Vampire Mansion here now and block Watchers from spawning. I'm certain it is a Watcher effect, though. Could be Watcher Bookery, actually. But I don't want to place this Bookery down still, just at the moment. Ooh, damage to all is tempting. It's not good against the boss, but against every other mob, it's actually a damage up, effectively. So I'm going to downgrade the weapon. Right, we have another Bookery in our hands. Great. Are we spawning another village soon? Ooh, did that hit the guy we don't want it to hit? Nope, it didn't hit a spider. I sleep. I said that is the only thing that can really hurt us right now. Everything else we deal with just fine. You might say, like, this deck is too easy then for us. And I think there is a part of me that thinks that. We don't really have problems off the vampires anymore. And honestly, the worst enemies in the deck for us are probably the Siren, which we can get from the river, the Tome or the Vampire Mage, and then this guy, but only this guy if he gets his plus 200% HP, where he becomes basically intolerable. And you know what? I don't even think I want to fight him again. I'm tempted to block the tile. I'm going to block the tile. Goodbye, Bandit Camp. We're not dealing with you. Spider Cocoons I honestly don't care about. Keep spidering up in here. And then we keep going. Again, this is sort of like... what would the word be for it? It's just my opinion, really. But I think that it's good to have some easy enemies because I feel like you get more cards off them. And then you just want dotted in some difficult enemies. I don't think you want the entire map to be like super difficult. Sorry, just thinking, but yeah, let's have attack speed. So this is a quite good mix. This is probably like one of our more difficult enemies, but it's still pretty good for us. No. Keep getting struck by lightning. But it's fine. Look, Vampirism. We take Storm Temple, the game rewards us. Okay, Vampire Mansion, ransack that please and stop watchers from spawning. I still don't feel under too much pressure. And we have a use for a last Oblivion. Ooh, I do want to see if Book Rewatch does something though. I'll place that somewhere else. You know what, I can place it here. That can be the test site for it, and then we just need to get an enemy on that tile. Because Vampire Mansion's out of the way. And the other Bookery... place it here. Let's get double trades off it. We've been doing well fairly recently actually to not pop Bookeries. But for synergy testing sake, we did it with the Necromancer last time, even to his own detriment. Let's try it again. Look, lightning rewards us. We put it in our deck and it strikes our enemies down. I'm going to keep placing forests just in a line down here because I don't really know what else to do with them. Or I could put one here. Okay, I'll put one there. I'm thinking at the moment I'm going to put Storm Temple here to get more magic damage. And then Storm Temple maybe here. Not an original plan, but I guess what's like 200% attack speed versus like 230% attack speed? It's not a lot. But gaining like 1 magic damage could actually be incredibly strong because I still don't understand it. More vampirism. More vampirism is more life. So we'll take it. I'm quite happy to keep placing skeletons down because they don't frighten me because they have the interrupt effect. So as long as we have damage to all, we can deal with them. And we've dinged again. Doubling cards placed down. It's not bad. Defense increased by 1 every loop. That keeps us alive longer. And keeping us alive generally is a good thing. I continue placing forests down here. We have another Bookery. Where out though? Put you Bookery. Let's just put you there. I could swap it out now. Honestly, I should start swapping Bookeries out. I don't need that many. Quest completed again. And we continue to double these up. Our attack speed is plus 80%. That's quite nice. We're about to spawn the boss as well, by the way. Yeah, they have slow as well. Are we going to get hit then? Oh, damage to all isn't interrupting him. Really? I thought he did. I don't think I want to trade away my vampirism. Do I want more HP though? Kind of. Yeah, it's 100 HP. Let's trade. Sure, dealing with the Watcher. Kind of annoying, but that's fine. More skeletons. Maybe I should respect you a little bit more. I said I thought the damage to all was an interrupt because I thought it just did any damage, but I guess it's on an attack only. This has damage to all on it and is more damage for a boss. So yes, I'll take it. I think the right play now is to not place anything. Yeah, it isn't interrupting. Has that changed? Am I stupid? Am I blind? Maybe. It's probably all the above. Oh, I'm going to be really sad to lose a river. That I don't care about, but the rivers. Do I think I can beat this boss? This guy's a quest, by the way, which is why it's taking so long. Here is a spicy move. I don't think this is the right play. But it's the play I'm going to make anyway. Storm Temple, we need you. Burn some forests for us. We have an Oblivion, which I really don't want to use. We can get some more doubles here. I'm going to... Oh my god, it's probably not going to be good enough because it's going to go forwards. Will you spawn in a village? So I was thinking, if this was just touching one tile, I would leave 3 at the front to, like, eat the effect of it. But I can't eat the next effect of it, so... I have to just waste my Oblivion, I suppose. Didn't spawn in a village. There's still a chance. I will trade the suburb away for that chance. If we can spawn, like, in a village, I will Oblivion it. We should use that, though. There's no reason not to. And let's start winding our river back down again. I'm not feeling that confident right now, I'm not going to lie. But we'll see. We'll see. Suburb we should definitely place. Getting some more XP. Oh, is this going to spawn a bandit camp, though? Please tell me you spawn a bandit camp. You should go here. No, you didn't. So we are going to lose it. Okay. It is what it is. I'm going to place a beacon here, actually, instead of around the boss. Just to help us with this loop. We're going to lose an Oblivion. I don't think there's a benefit to Oblivioning a tile. I don't want to Oblivion there. If he'd somehow gone there, which he can't do, I would have done, but... This is fine. Losing an Oblivion is kind of sad, but it's not the end of the world. The game just loves us right now. What can you say? It's destined to succeed. So we're going to fight the boss. Could you please stop? I refuse to arms. Yeah, we get it by now. Okay, here we go. The machine gun is going. Lightning just struck us for 140 damage. That kind of sucks. And we're downing our potions. Does he have, like... Oh, 6% chance to be protected by stained glass. So I guess the lightning is breaking mirrors. I think we're going to die to Storm Temple again. Yeah, we're just, like, consistently taking 100 damage at a time. Come on. You can do it. Okay. Odin is not happy with us right now. I'm gonna die. 1 HP. And die to lightning. We're not gonna keep our stuff, we're gonna retreat. So we're gonna go back to the Necromancer next. Well, Storm Temple, I love you, but maybe a 6% chance of deflecting lightning isn't such a great thing. Do we run another one? We died really quickly then, but I am a bit concerned about this getting into like a chock-a-block episode. But you know what? Let's try and just run this back quickly. Necromancer again. First time, double episode. Let's quickly make some adjustments to our deck. Chrono Crystals, you did nothing. Get out. Storm Temple. Storm Temple, I can't trust you. You feel so good, but you're so wrong. I think this is okay. Oh, we can do Blood Grove for this deck. We're not really in for looking for synergies, I guess, right now. Rose Lantern's fine. This is fine. Temporal Beacon, do we even need it? No, get out. All the other cards are fine. Okay, let's confirm. Come back, running it back. Necromancer time. We're not running stupid cards. We're just running cards that we think we can win the game with. This is probably the best place to place the Arsenal, down here somewhere. And I'll stay there. Ooh, book. That book. Yeah, this is my bad. I really want Storm Temple to work, and I feel like those mirrors should be entities so that it is better. But I guess it would make the fight too easy. But I don't know. In my head, it's just like, there's so much stuff on their side of the board that Storm Temple's never going to hit us. But I actually think the case is that most of the enemies can't be targeted, so he always hits us. And we can't take 100 damage at a time if we're not going to put like rocks and mountains in our deck. But hey, we were trying things. We're trying to synergize some stuff. We'll do like a legitimate attempt for both of these characters now. And maybe we'll experiment outside of these runs. I also place a lot of forests in like silly places because, as I said, I didn't feel under too much pressure. But maybe early on, honestly, we should just take it. We take any improvement we can get. We should have Blood Grove round the boss fight. So I'm going to place a Grove immediately here. What's our play with this guy? We know it by now. It's tempo. Tempo. We want to summon as many skeletons as fast as possible by raising our attack speed and then getting as many skeletons as possible. I was beginning to flip-flop as well in my opinion of what was better. Why did I do this, by the way? Why have I blocked my river tile? Like, brain, what are you doing right now? We could do some really funky stuff and weave like that and then come back down. And honestly, I think that's what I'm going to do. Well, let me gain the effect for... You know what? I'm going to block it so I remember it. My memory is apparently too bad. But yeah, I'm beginning to respect when we have such high attack speed of +1 skeleton just being better. I think it's more important than the level, definitely. Maybe not as good as in quality, but honestly just spawning loads of stuff is just good. Like, imagine if these were all skeletons. It'd be insane. As usual, the early loop will be pretty, like, easy for us. Even though we're in Act 4 and it's meant to be, like, super difficult, we can deal with this. We're close to, like, fully upgrading our camp as well, I think. I say I think. There could be a lot left, but I think we've got mostly good things. As I said, all I'm really interested in right now is unlocking these extra equipment slots. I can see why the game would make it hard to do that, but I don't know what does it. Like, can we double, like, our Arsenal cards somehow? Because the only way I can think right now, and I don't think it actually works, because I think it specifies, but there's cards that... The 10% chance to double a card, does it say it doesn't work on gold cards? I think it does. Because that's the only way I can think of getting more equipment slots. Or, as I said, I could be making this game much harder for myself. I still don't know what this is as well. It's like, looks like an arrow slot. That's belts, which we have seen on other characters. I don't know. If we get super stuck, I'll look into it. But we know we can beat the game. We've beat it with the rogue. And I think at some point we'll just beat it with the other two quite comfortably. I don't think it's going to be as long and arduous a process as it's currently looking. Because I was trying to, like, get away with some stupid stuff. Like, the swamp just doesn't help this character at all. In fact, the swamp helps no character. It's not good. Again, in the comments you can tell me why swamp is actually the best card in the game. The only benefit I can really see is face tanking its effect, so that it explodes all of its allies. So, like, it could be okay as the warrior, but, like, the warrior has so many healing synergies, it seems stupid to do that, because, like, you're just ruining all your healing stuff. By the way, I'm going to take +1 skeleton. And we're looking for it quite early on for our level. Strange start so far. We've just picked up loads of thickets, but we're picking up, like, none of the suburbs, which will, like, let us exponentially grow. It's kind of annoying, really. I have also had thought, is this the best use for a river? I think it is. Like, I was considering trying to make some way of, like, running a river through the suburbs. Like, if you left it two-channel, you could run a river up and down again and double it, but I just don't think suburbs is ever the best use for it. We shouldn't put a suburb in the corner either. Ooh, level 4 amulets. Honestly, just for the HP, I think you're worth it. The skeletons right now are pretty weedy, but they're good enough. More beacons is a damage up against the boss, so let's keep putting in there. There's also a benefit for us having high attack speed, even though it affects all units. I said I quite like how they've dealt with this synergistic effect and how we can overcome it. But I wish there was, like, maybe another way of doing it, but I'm not sure what would be best for it. Because we're currently only getting it off those, like, brass candlesticks. There must be other ways of doing it, but we haven't found it yet. I'm kind of interested as well in this game, and I mentioned this on a Super Chill episode, how this will play if it's modded, and, like, what people are going to do to it. Because I imagine people will make some insane things. Like new bosses, new items, new, like, synergies with things. There's been some things I've tested which I'm surprised aren't synergies. Like, I honestly thought Chrono Crystals and the the temporal beacons were going to be something. They both have like time in their name, so it felt like it would do, but no, it wasn't. I still think there is a synergy with the temporal thing, by the way. Temporal beacon. I just think that wasn't it. I'm going to keep stacking up the road lanterns around here, by the way. But I'll leave space for a blood grove. I think a type of card which would be really cool is something like the beacon one, where it can be like placed like a tile further away. But, or like, I think it can be placed anywhere basically, except the roadsides. But instead, it like doubles the area of effect of things. It might be broken for like blood growth, but I just want to see what would happen to do that. And there's other things I can think of, like there's no like snowy terrains at the moment, so that could be quite nice, like tundra tiles or something, and Arctic wastes or something. But we'll see what mod support the game gets. It's still early. We've still not finished everything yet, but I'm enjoying it. I did have a look through the achievement list, as I think I mentioned again in the last episodes. And there is an achievement for placing cards that didn't start in your deck. And I'm kind of surprised we didn't get it, because it does actually, it does say not Oblivion, so that combo of getting the cards there. But I assume that the one that like gets a 10% chance of duplicating the card, surely that's counting towards that, and maybe it's not. Maybe it literally has to be a card that didn't start in our deck. If that's the case, I don't know how we do it, because I've never seen an effect that lets us add something that isn't in our deck at the beginning. I've only seen things that duplicate those cards. Right, we get a blood grove. Nice. And we've got more forest. We're coming close to spawning this first boss. Where would I like the forest to go? Honestly, the forest can go there, because that tile's actually wasted. Ooh, a smith's forge. We could put it in a spicy place on the inside of a loop right now. Although we do have blood growth, so no, that'd be really, really stupid. They're generally better to put near the end of the loop. It's kind of awkward again, where to place this. I think we placed it all the way over here. And forest. I mean, sure, you start doing like Cockney rhyme slang specifically, like Nottingham Forest. Just call it a Nottingham. Why are we going to place it in Nottingham? Let's place it in the middle of the map. We're not going to come up here with the river. And we're probably not going to go all the way down there. I think I'm going to go down with the suburbs. And the river won't get all the way around here. Probably. Unless we loop for, like, infinity. But again, that's not my real intention of this one. I will loop after the boss if I feel like we can make a loop, but first 2 skeletons summoned in a day will be strengthened. Or receive 3 times loop HP after a skeleton's death. Honestly, I think I prefer this one. I think this is quite a weak showing for us, though. I will place another Smith's Forge down. I don't mind it. Honestly, in this deck as well, we should probably put the wheat fields back in. I was just trying to run the episode back quickly, but I quite like wheat field with this. The Scarecrow can remove an annoying enemy if we really want to. And it's just more HP for us, which is more better. Just fighting this crap skeleton, it shouldn't do too much for us. It removes slow, interestingly. I never noticed that on where is the cracked bones. You would think that that would not be the case, but it is. Either way, we're going to place a vampire mansion, I guess at the start. Right, how do we want this river to go? We have to be super careful about this, because I was going to wind it up like this, and then back down and back. Or like here and back. So I can't place anything on these tiles. That's what I need to be careful about. So that. So I can place here, for example. Okay, that's going to be a marker for me. We'll deal with that. Close to spawning the first bosses again, but I think we'll deal with him just fine. What's this? Quality is 17% and we're getting pretty good skeletons. Again, I still don't know if it's more like just normal skeletons. We've seen a skeleton arch now that can go in the back row and a mage. Are there more than that? Like, it feels like skeleton quality can go even higher. Because, I mean, we're 17% at the moment. We're seeing all varieties of it pretty commonly. But, I don't know. Said I really don't know. Let's place another one there. And we're going to complete a loop. The little rat wolf has been dealt with fine. Ooh, this shield is way higher defense. We'll take it. And I've got an Oblivion, and honestly, just go away. That's an annoying tile to deal with. Again, not as annoying for this character, but we do... I thought we never attack, but we do attack if we have full skeletons, so they do counter us eventually. Probably the best class at dealing with that, though. So right now we can only get 3 skeletons. Oh god, a level 7 book. This trades our summon quality off, but the level is way higher. I think we try it. It's a bit dangerous though, I'm not going to lie. And we're going to hold Bloodgrove, I suppose. We do have a bookery, so I'd really like to pick up a grove before then. Would I fight the boss in this loop? Yeah, sure. Let's just fight it. I mean, we have level 7 just basic gear. So, I think we're good. I think we'll be good. That being said, are we going to get the cards to have a chance to? I still think the right play... Interesting. We also block the spawns, which is quite nice. Why did that just go up then? Does enemies going on the map fill the map? Or is this just ticking up slowly by on its own? We didn't place a tile then. It must have been an enemy spawn, right? I don't know anymore. We literally placed nothing and something happened. Well, we have no say in the matter anymore. We're fighting the first boss. If we're not ready, we're not ready. More thickets. I'd like some more rivers, please. I would also like to not have to just throw this Bloodgrove in the bin. But right now, we're going to have to throw that Bloodgrove in the bin. Drop a grove for me. Just one little grove. Let's keep placing forest up here. Right, this is our last chance to pick up a grove. We have one at the boss battle, so it's not the end of the world. Okay, we're just going to lose Bloodgrove. That's fine. We'll have time to pick up some more. And we have picked up another suburb. Not too difficult, the boss. 5 palaces is it. I made a swap that shouldn't have happened. I didn't pause it in time. Should be more cautious of that. Yeah, we know your deal by now. So we should be able to get our max skeletons out. The damage trade between us. He's going to keep one-shotting his skeletons. So I'd like him to keep hitting the skeletons, by the way. And we'll just slowly, like, trickle him down. We have some potions. He's now targeting us, which is not good. Please stop targeting me. Okay. You've revived. He's hitting us again. If he hits us again, we die. Well, I don't know what to say. This has not been a good episode for us. Plus 1 base HP for every food. No, not interested. Let's just retreat. Well, this has been a bit of a setback for us. But we'll try again in the next episode. I don't really know what's going, like, super wrong. Maybe we are being a bit too aggressive on this and we should start putting the mountain tiles back in to just give us some base HP for the early game. As I mentioned, I forgot to put in the wheat field for this, which probably would have been nice. But that wasn't the reason we lost this run. I don't really know why we lost it. Again, it could have been bad luck, but I don't think it was. I think our deck isn't quite right. I did say we would solve this, but this might be too aggressive. Maybe we have to put a rock in. Or conversely, maybe we just put a desert in. Which is dangerous early on, but better later. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. I might try, I guess, desert with the warrior, but I don't know. Anyway, if you've been enjoying the videos, leave a like, comment, and subscription. Again, sorry for the play today. We'll try and improve it in the next episode. And we'll see you on that next episode. Goodbye.